Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sama. So in this video I want to talk about the recent wedding of the president's son. A lot of you may have seen it. I have seen it a lot on Facebook, and I thought to myself, it seems to be going on and on and on. So because we heard about it almost about a week ago, and then 1 week later there's still another one. I'm like, how many weddings do they even have? It seems they've had a lot of wedding, and it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's been going on for 2 weeks now. So maybe, I don't know, I think one of them was the bridal whatever, another one was the real tradition, another one was the blah blah, anyways, long story short, it's been going on for a while. And if you watch this video, if you watch the videos, no, pictures, what I've seen is actually pictures, what you see is definitely, you can tell that a lot of money has been spent. You can tell that the wedding has cost a lot of money. A lot of dignitaries have attended. There's just so much, anyone that does not know, Buhari is the president of the country, so his son got married, and I think they said he's married to an emir or something, means she's married to kind of like a king or whatever, so like into royalty or whatever. So definitely you know that a lot of money will be spent. It's the president's son, and it is a royal daughter, and stuff like that. I wanted to make this video because I see there are people post about it. It's like this fairy tale wedding. I want to make this video for anybody that watches the whole wedding whatever, and maybe they may start feeling sorry for themselves. I wish my wedding was like that. I wish my wedding can be like that when I get to that age, when I'm eventually going to get married. I want to speak to such people. I want to, is their money, if I can say that, because that's another, what's the word? That is debatable if you can say it's their money, because some people are going to be like, oh, his father is a politician, so it's our money or stuff like that. But let me not focus too much on that, right? So, okay, money has been spent.
How many private jets landed in Kano? You don't even know. Okay, Sahara said about 100 jets. I said, Abba, that's like maybe too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because BBC said about 50. You get what I'm saying? But give or take, there must have been at least 30 private jets that landed in Kano over the weekend for Buhari's son's wedding. The latest iPhone in town, how much is it? $1,000. Before you customize it, as well as iPad 7th gen. How much is that one? About $500. Okay. Once again, that's before you customize the iPad as well. And now those are just 2 items among other items in one box that they are giving out to people. $1,500 right now is about 600,000 naira at the bank in Nigeria. If you go to the black market, it is about 750,000 naira as gift for one person. Did you see the crowd at that wedding? It's insane. Without talking about other items in the box for giveaway, or the food that they served at all the events, or other expenses that comes with this wedding. This is a country where doctors are not well paid, and they are not paid on time. They keep going on strike. Doctors are still on strike, no be so. Teachers are not well paid. Some of these teachers have not been paid for months. How can the president be so insensitive? I don't get it. And he's the first to talk about fighting corruption. Oga Buhari, so this is what you are doing with our money. And the irony is, these people that they were giving the iPad and the iPhones to, they don't even need it. Don't you guys see the caliber of people that were at that wedding? First ladies from different countries, people with private jets, people that are wealthy. They were the people at the wedding. I'm sure that they all have iPhones or better phones or whatever, or the latest Samsung. They don't even need it. They don't need all these things. So much for fighting corruption. We have suffered.
I want to say this. I wish them well. I wish them all the best. And, it's not anybody's prayer. Well, it's not my prayer for anybody's marriage to end. And, but I want to use the opportunity to speak to people that have watched this whole stuff going on, and they may feel sorry for themselves and feel, because that's one of the things that happen when wealth is displayed so much. There are bound to be people that will look at it and look at their lives and begin to feel sorry for themselves. I want to speak to such people today. And what do I want to say? Don't let things like that move you. One point I really want you to take out of this: marriage is not the wedding. Does that make sense? It is not the wedding that determines what the marriage would be. Marriage is a one-day thing. Okay, even if they spent a whole week getting wedded, even if the wedding takes a week or whatever, the wedding is one thing, but the marriage is what really matters. Let me tell you, these days there are people that are going to registry and get married, just the couple, two of them go. In a lot of countries now, people go, just two of them go to a wedding and just sign a piece of. Some countries will be witnesses, two witnesses. So the couple and two witnesses, they get there, sign it, and they go on, and they actually go and live happily ever after. It is not the wedding that will determine how successful a marriage would be. That's my point. And I really hope that thinking about that will make some of these people to sit back and say, you know what, I actually didn't have to think the way I was thinking. Because a wedding was flamboyant with all this, it doesn't necessarily mean, it does not mean it will not last. But what I'm trying to say is that that is not the determining factor of a good marriage. Don't make the wedding the big deal. What should be the big deal should be the marriage itself. You know, there's a difference between wedding and marriage. The wedding is the ceremony and all of that. The marriage is the life after the wedding. Okay? So how much money you spend on a wedding is not what's going to determine how successful the marriage is going to be. Why I really want to really talk about this, we're living in a world where marriages don't last anymore. Like, honestly, I've come to the point where when I see some weddings going on, I'm like, oh, isn't that lovely? And then I said, God, I hope in the next few years we will not hear that it's over. And then it always dawns on me that the fact that it's such a beautiful wedding dress, is such a beautiful, amazing suit the guy was wearing, and all of that does not determine that the marriage would last. Now we're talking about, what's it called now? This one. As with this one, we're talking about this wedding of the president's son. The same time, the news of P-Square's marriage is over. They are filing for divorce. A lot of people, if you go and see, their wedding was big deal too. There was fairy tale too. It didn't. I think they lasted about 7 years. Their marriage lasted 7 years. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm really hoping I'm speaking to somebody. I think these are the kind of things that if you think about it, it will help you sit back and realize that there's no need to be feeling sorry for yourself that I didn't have such a beautiful wedding. Oh, I wish I had such a... No. Let your focus be on the marriage itself. Marriage are breaking up from left, right, and center. Focus on your marriage. There was one time I watched this man that was talking about how he met this lady, they fell in love, and they said, I don't know where they met. I think they went to a party overnight or something like that, and woke up the next morning and decided to go get married. Like that, just two of them, no family, no friends, nobody, just went and got married. 40-something years later, they are still together. And there are some people that the whole street closed. A lot of cows. A lot of cows lost their lives for the big wedding where they were killing different cows and there was food and at the end of the day, their marriage may last 4 years, 5 years is over. What is my point? Don't allow flamboyant weddings and all of those to make you look back and be feeling sorry for yourself. Right? Thinking people would prefer to have a small wedding that was not a big deal, but a marriage that lasted forever, than a wedding that was amazing and then marriage didn't last. I made a video where I was saying everybody keep praying for your marriage. Marriage is not a walk in the park. Okay, a lot of people fall in love and the love is so like 110% love, they're shacking them, and that love is what is sustaining them. Then after, that intoxicating love at the beginning, but sometimes as the years go by, that intoxicating love is no longer there. That is when you need the prayer. You need dedication, determination, everything you need to keep your marriage, keep your marriage going. I've always made videos and I've said it. Marriage breakup is not something to be joyful about. It's not a good thing. Even even Christianity or no Christianity, it's not a good thing. Even for children, the children involved. Even for most people go into marriage with the plan that this is it. This is the man or the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. But it ends up not happening. A lot of people that end up breaking up, they never planned to break up. There was a video I made in which I was saying that be careful about people that their marriages break up. You laugh at them or you feel like, oh, you're just too... It's not something to celebrate. And you can't come and be like, oh, I'm still married after whatever. And I mean, I've been married past. I know it all. It takes two people. When one person decides that I'm done, there's nothing the other person can do. No matter how holy you are, maximum you pray or you beg them or whatever. If the one person said, I am not taking this anymore, I'm out of here, it's over. You know, there are a lot of things. You see, to study for an exam, you can be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make sure I pass. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wake up 5 in the morning. I'm gonna wake up 3 in the morning and study through the night. Da, 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 da. Because it's something you know, it's something that you can achieve because it's just you. It takes you to really. But marriage, it takes 2 people to pass a lot of these tests. One person can be so prayerful and dedicated and everything and say, I want to pass this test of becoming this marriage that lasted forever. If the other person does not put enough effort, it's over. I remember I made a video once. Maybe I'll end with this. I made a video once and I was talking about marriage and, there are so many things that happen. There are some times that people that have decided that I'm never going to divorce, I'm going to be married and I'm going to give my marriage everything. And then the other person is doing something that they have endured for such a long time. They feel like they can't live like this anymore. They cannot imagine continue to live their life like that. No matter how much they tried to, to make it work, it can come to the point where it just feels like no, there is no way they want to continue their life, and then it goes. It's not by your power. If your own marriage is still working, it's not by your power. Be careful about laughing at other people. I know somebody that her own marriage she was newly married, but she was always coming for people and talking about people that their marriage broke up, blah blah blah. I remember saying that, look, marriage is not moi moi. There are a lot of reasons why other people's marriages fail. It's not something to laugh at somebody about. But she always acted like she knows it all. Her own marriage didn't last up to 2 years. And it's over. I feel sorry for her because I don't even know the full story, if it's the husband that ended it or if she's the one that ended it. But at the end of the day, her marriage ended after 2 years. Does that not prove my point, what I have been saying before, that you cannot say you know it all? So I think there are 2 things I'm basically kind of addressing this. Realizing that marriage is more than a wedding day. It is one of the biggest tests in life. It takes 2 for it to work. No matter how you holy pass, you just say you holy pass. If the other person say, I no do again, it takes the grace of God for their minds to change. You cannot make the marriage work by yourself. I'm telling you, there are prayer warriors that the marriage have ended. Yes. So if your marriage is still working, be prayerful. Continue to work on it that does not fail. Wedding is 1 day, 2 days, and maybe 1 week. Like this one looks like it's 1 week. But marriage is the ever after. And it's not the amount of money spent on a wedding that determines if it will be successful. I just want to say this for those that may feel sorry for themselves and feel like, oh, look, I wish I had that kind of wedding, or I wish I will have that kind of a wedding. To tell people, I just want to remind us that marriages are failing every day. Let's come back and focus on what really matters. Anyways, I saw a lot of those pictures, and that was honestly what came to my mind, and I thought, let me make a video about it. And hopefully there's a message there for somebody. As always, whatever your opinions are, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.